Hello, my friends. Douglas V. Gibbs here, Mr. Constitution, and I guess it's been about a year since I've done videos. Well, I'm back. I was teaching classes at homeschool and private schools, history and government and economics over the last few years, plus Constitution classes to adults, which I'd been doing since 2000 and, I guess going all the way back to 2008 or something like that, in Temecula and then Corona. But over the last few years, it got to the point where I was hosting classes in various different cities around Southern California. And so my schedule really didn't allow for me to produce videos. And now everything's changed. I don't host the Constitution classes anymore. At the moment, at the time of the recording of this video, I do have a Constitution class online on a friend of mine's channel, my friend Ron, on Tuesday nights at 3:30 p.m. Pacific. So if you want to check that out live, then you would go to MrConstitution.com and put a hyphen between the MR and the C in Mr. Constitution. And then also I have been doing a lot of videos with my good friend Warhamster, Brady the Warhamster at rumble.com/Warhamster. Just look for the videos at either one of those locations later on if you missed one. And the first one, Mr-Constitution.com, that's a Rumble page that belongs to my friend Ron, and just look for the ones, videos that say Learn the Constitution. It's his channel. They learn the Constitution. It's just like my classes down in Southern California. I go through the Constitution line by line. We will start doing some of that here as well. We also, like I said, with Warhamster, those ones you would look up the ones that say Refederalist Report. Any of them that say Refederalist Report, or at least I think all of them. I'm basically work with Warhamster. But now I'm also ready now to start doing my own videos. I have since moved from Southern California. I now live on the Oregon coast, and my time has changed. My schedule, time available has changed. And also I've decided I'm going to do these things unscripted because, in the past, I've done videos scripted, unscripted, and, I have my reasons for, the different types, and I've got one particular student in my Fallbrook class, Lynn, if you don't mind, Lynn, me mentioning you, who says, hey, man, you're better when you're unscripted. When you're in front of the class and you got your gesticulation, you're doing your thing, it's coming out of your head, you didn't sit there and script it out, that's when you're at your best. And so I am going to transfer that over to video the best I can. So that doesn't mean I'm not going to do research, look things up, and all that jazz. But they're going to be unscripted. And then the location, the image. There you go, unscripted. The image there with my logo on the left side of the screen to my right. During my videos later on, and I'm going to do it right now just so that you can see what it'll look like more or less. But what I'll do is I'll make my videos, and then later I'll add the images to go over that there, because trying to put the images on while I'm talking, it's distracting, it's difficult, it's hard to plan out, and then I start getting scripted. But if I add them later, then when I do my editing, then that way I can just do my thing, and then I'll figure out what images I want to add later. So that's the way I'm going to do it. But if there is an image, it's going to show up right there where now you see Doug the Revolutionary Warrior with the words "I'm back" there, or just waiting for you to. Here, let me move it in a little bit more. Move it just like that. There we go. Now, I was going to wait to do videos. I was going to wait until like June, because that's when my office is going to be built at my new house on the Oregon coast. And people have been asking for videos, have been asking for explanations, especially with the election of President Trump. Is this constitutional? Is that constitutional? And so I decided, what? I've got to talk about it. I've got to start doing videos now. I can't wait until June. What I'm going to do in the titles of the videos, when you go to YouTube or Rumble or Brighteon or BitChute, is I'm going to have whatever the name of the video is, but there's going to be one word in front of that. And that way also you can kind of categorize them. That way you know what you're up for. This one, if you look at the title, it says General, and then it says I'm back. The first word might say politics or history or lesson. Those will be my classes. And I'm going to do my classes a little bit different. I'm going to get a little deeper into the language. I'm not just going to go line by line like I am with Ron on Tuesdays. I'm going to get real deep into also the scriptural connections. And then, or it might say Constitution or news or examination. And I'll categorize them that way. And that way, when you see a video pop up, you get a notification because, you're going to, if you are not already subscribed to whatever channel you're watching this on, you're going to subscribe. You're going to turn on notifications if that's possible with that particular channel. And that way, when you see the title, you'll know, oh, this is a history discussion or a lesson. This is a lesson in the Constitution. This is Constitution as he's taking something that's going on right now and he's clarifying whether or not it's constitutional. This is politics. This is news that has popped up or whatever. And so you see that first word and you can determine whether or not, and that way I guess it'd help you in whether or not you're going to watch it, all that. But anyway, I've been, just for a little bit background for those of you who are new to my channel, new to what I do. My name is Douglas V. Gibbs. I am Mr. Constitution, or that's what they call me. I was named Mr. Constitution by my friend Ron, and it kind of stuck and has been around now. I don't know. I've been called Mr. Constitution now for, 4 or 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And I've kind of adopted it as my own kind of label, description, whatever you want to call it. And I've been blogging since 2006. I have been teaching Constitution classes since 2007. I began on Blog Talk Radio back in 2007, and then I began classes in Southern California in 2008. And so, and my first book got published in 2014, 25 Myths of the United States Constitution. DouglasVGibbs.com, a website. We switched over a couple years ago to a friend of mine working on it. We're still doing some work, so there might be a little dust there, a couple things that aren't quite working yet. One of the things I'm working on is to add a trivia page. So to help you learn the Constitution, you answer the question. It's a B, C, or D answer, and you just go through the trivia. And when you see questions pop up again, you might remember, and it'll help you learn the Constitution. So we're going to add that. We have a Patreon request. Right now, I don't have anything exclusionary to give members, but down the road we will. If you go to the join link in the link bar, a little star right before the word join, which is in all caps, you can become $9 a month patron member, and that'll really help fund what we do because my radio programs, I am also on AM radio programs, KMET 1490 AM in Riverside County, KPRZ, and KCBQ, The Answer, San Diego, both down there in San Diego County. And in both cases, the advertising doesn't quite pay for the whole show. And my Constitution classes, I charged $10 a person per session back then when I was hosting the classes down in Southern California, and that fund money was paying for the radio show. For the most part, I've always kind of broke even, and that's fine. But the income from the classes is gone. So I am paying now for the gap there, that a little bit of difference there when it comes to the cost of the program. So if we're going to keep the AM radio programs going, definitely become a patron. That'll help out. The two shows that are, or the one show that's on the two channels, AM radio stations in AM and FM radio stations in San Diego County, are also on all of the podcast platforms. So if you're like, well, I just want to go to a podcast, Doug, just play it and and not have to worry. Well, my radio shows in San Diego are on all the podcast platforms. So Spotify, geez Louise, this is the unscripted, almost practically live, whatever, but that's okay. So iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, Odyssey, Spotify, I already mentioned that, Audible. I mean, there's like 14 of them. So go to your favorite. Go to your favorite podcast channel and type in Mr. Constitution Hour by Douglas V. Gibbs. Should pop up. You should be able to find them. Those are my Saturday night programs. I'm on KMET Saturday afternoon from 1 to 3, and then I'm in the evenings on KCBQ at 8 p.m. Pacific and KPRZ If you want to listen live, kprz.com or kcbq.com. I'm on KPRZ at 9 p.m. Saturday nights. And then once again, those are all podcasted. I think the podcast shows up like Monday or Tuesday afterwards. So you can catch all of those shows through your favorite podcast platform. So anyway, so I just wanted to reintroduce myself. Looks like now I'll be able to do videos regularly. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet, how often I'm going to do it. My schedule's very different. I've got time. I don't have my office yet. What I basically have done is I've got a little niche in my living room where I've got my desk, and I put up a couple of my bookshelves behind me. I don't even have my green screen going yet, and so it is what it is. My lighting is not great. It's okay, but I'm not here to have this unbelievably professional looking production. Although I guess I wouldn't complain. I'm here to give you information, and that's what this is. A lot of it's my opinion. A lot of it is the Founding Fathers' opinion. I am an originalist. I have studied the original intent of the Constitution by the Founding Fathers. I've studied original documents. I've spent my life doing it. And so that's what these videos are all about. I'm going to try to keep them to a reasonable length. This might be one of the longest you'll see for a while. I was getting them pretty long in the past, but I want to get you real quick things that you want to see that's going to be informative, that's going to keep you up to date, because there's a lot of stuff being thrown at us right now. This is February of 2025. President Trump has been in office for a month, and it is amazing the quote unquote constitutional arguments. We're in a constitutional crisis and all that jazz going on, and I want to address that. I want to make sure you're informed when it comes to the constitutional end of it. I'm not going to sit there and just give you the news. You can tune into Newsmax or Fox or America's Voice or Real America's Voice or One America Let's see, One America News, One News, yeah, ONN. But network One America News, OAN. You could tune into those for your news. And I'm going to have news mixed in what I'm doing. But what I'm all about is history and the Constitution. Is the news that you heard, I'll report the news, but I'm not going to report it to let you know about what's going on. I'm going to report it and say, hey, they're saying this is constitutional, this is unconstitutional, whatever, and we're going to go over that. That's the purpose of this channel. It's all about the original intent of the Constitution. Now, final thing before we go. I want to encourage you to ask questions. My best videos and best articles in the past have been answering people's questions. The best way to ask a question that I'll see it is in the comment section. Leave a comment. Say, hey, Doug, all right, you said this. I've got a question about that. Or, hey, I've got a question that has nothing to do with this. Whatever. If you do want to send me an email, constitutionspeaker@yahoo.com, but I get so many emails, I may not see it quickly. I'll probably see it quicker in the comment section. Constitutionspeaker@yahoo.com, or leave your questions or your comments or your inquiries in the comment section, and I'll try to handle them as much as I can. So once again, this is my introduction video. We're back in the saddle again, so to speak. It's been, I don't know, like a year since last time I did a video. I am Mr. Constitution Douglas V. Gibbs. I love doing this kind of thing. I appreciate your followership. Do me a favor. Aside from becoming a patron, subscribing, turning on the notifications, share these videos, share my articles that I write over at douglasvgibbs.com, at the Political Pistachio blog pages. Right now, politicalpistachio.com is not working. I don't know why, so just go to douglasvgibbs.com, hit blog. I've been blogging. I got to get caught up again, get to blogging again. I'm starting to do videos again. I'm here to give you information on what is it constitutional? Is it not constitutional? That's what this is all about. So share these videos, share my articles with your friends, your family. I do have an email list. I'll put up a link somewhere on the site because the one right now isn't doing exactly what I want. Or just shoot me an email. Say, hey, Doug, add me your email list. Constitutionspeaker@yahoo.com. Constitutionspeaker@yahoo.com, and I'll add you the email list there. Because right now I'm using one of the services out there, and I've got a one that's been created by my IT guy that we're going to start using. That it won't be a separate platform, and so third person, I guess. I want to get rid of the third person stuff because I've been, censored. I've been, shut down. I've had on my old Political Pistachio blog over there at Blogger. They have started unpublishing articles. I've had one of the video channels, the first one listed in the red line below me, cancel a bunch of videos because they said it was misinformation. I actually had one that I did, and it's on my DouglasVGibbs.com site in the videos page, where I did a speech out in out there in the desert, right there on the border of Lake Havasu. I did a speech in Lake Havasu, and the video went up, and I used terms like patriot and stuff like that. And I guess I used terms like that enough that the algorithm decided I was talking professional football league, but those three letters that they just had a big game, and you use those words and they freak out because copyright, and so they shut the video down saying I violated the copyright of that particular league because I was using the names of teams or something like that. It had nothing to do with football. It was all about, in that case, it was all about the 17th Amendment and Reynolds v. Sims and getting us back to being a federal republic instead of a democracy. And so I'm trying to get away from the third person stuff. So while we are going to have our videos on YouTube, Rumble's probably going to be the best place to watch them. Brighteon, BitChute, I'm trying to reach as many audiences as I can. So once again, share the links, share the videos, come back and visit regularly, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the next video.